right now on Up with KREM.
The skills it gives you can help you land a real job.
Brewing Success, a coffee shop is teaching students valuable lessons one cup at a time.
A slight warm-up to finish the week with a chance to hit 80 degrees in what could be one of the final days of summer warmth.
Cowboys, farmers, and more. Oh my, this morning we're talking about a local history event that's coming up this weekend.
Up with KREM begins now.
6 o'clock on the dot. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Up with KREM. I'm Tim Pham. We're glad you're joining us and ending the week with us here on the show. Let's head on over to meteorologist Thomas Patrick in the Weather Center tracking today's forecast for us. But Thomas has some good news for you. I always tell you, Thomas, when there's good weather, I ask our viewers to send you a compliment because you don't often get it, this time of year. You might get some complaints, but let's send compliments to Thomas today.
Yeah, we could use that, especially after Wednesday, because I know Wednesday was a very hectic day for us, especially with all the severe weather, and hopefully we're able to do our best to keep everybody safe as well. But today should just be a very pleasant day overall. I'm just going to keep an eye on our wind speeds today, which have been a little bit breezy this morning, 10-15 miles per hour. But it is enough to keep our temperatures actually lofted a little bit. Mid-50s in Spokane right now, certainly can be a lot colder this time of year, and it's even 50 degrees in Deer Park. Again, could be a lot colder for this time of year. So this isn't too bad temperature-wise to kick off this Friday morning. And we'll have a day with plenty of sunshine. It says partly cloudy because it could be high-level cloud cover out there, but mid-70s looks excellent for this Friday.
As you wake up and head out the door this morning, let's take a live look at I-90 and Freya right now, where you can see traffic picking up just a little bit. But when we say traffic, obviously in the inland Northwest, that is a loosely used term, but there's more people on the roads, I should say, at this hour. On Up with KREM, we do bring you live traffic conditions throughout the morning so you know what to expect so you can arrive on time. Happening this weekend, the Northwest Black Trilogy series continues at Liberty Park. KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones joins us live this morning. So Brandon, this is a super cool thing that's happening. Tell us a little bit more about it and what we have to look forward to. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, Tim, and compliments to you, Thomas, as well. Shout out to the weather. It's going to be great for this weekend, especially here at Liberty Park, because it's going to be an event called Black Northwest Trilogy, Cowboys, Farmers, and oh my gosh, it's going to be a lot of learning. So if you're a local history buff or anyone just interested in learning, this is the perfect opportunity for you. Not too long ago, there's going to be some video on your screen. Earlier this year, we showed some of the clips from that where people just had an opportunity to go down to the MAC. There was a previous exhibit and it was called Black Families in Spokane. This time around, you can learn about some of the early settlers pegged as cowboys, farmers, and soldiers. I got a chance to speak with the organizers who told me about their extensive family history here in Spokane that spans across several generations.
Of the King family of farmers, and they homesteaded in De Smet, Idaho in 1910.
But now we're also bringing that story into the present. We're looking at individuals that are doing farming now and that are cowboys now. So we have an opportunity to look at what was and then also go to what is.
Yes, ma'am. All right, so along with those learning opportunities, some family fun will also be available during the event. Horse rides, a DJ playing some country tunes, line dancing, and cowboy chili. So what you need to know is tomorrow, Saturday, from 12 to 3 p.m. at Liberty Park, all driven by volunteers, and there will also be voter registration opportunities. But for now, reporting live here at Liberty Park, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
Great event. Well, finding the next mission is something thousands of veterans all across the country are in search of. And with that in mind, vets on the farm are working to make that transition into civilian life a little bit easier. The nonprofit under the Spokane Conservation District has made it their mission to help veterans transition into agriculture, ranching, conservation, and all things farming. Vets go through the internship program learning how to manage their own farm and different avenues of food production. Some veterans struggle with how to re-enter civilian life, and Vets on the Farm helps them make that transition somewhat easier.
I grew up with a farming background, and I guess that's why it was a little easier for me. But this program, I don't want to say it saved me, but it sure helped me a whole lot. I know we've helped a lot of people.
Each veteran goes through a year-long program to learn as much as they can about the farming industry, from planting a seed, transporting, harvesting, and much more. Every week, the program hosts a farm stand with windows to buy fresh produce at 7524 South Ellis Road in Spokane. It's open to everyone on Wednesdays from 3 to 7 p.m. and Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Before the bell rings, students are helping their school perk up but they're brewing more than just coffee. Sunday is National Coffee Day, and I found out how a group of students are brewing up some valuable lessons, one cup at a time.
Something is brewing.
Could I please have a sugar-free iced vanilla latte?
At the Bagpipers Bistro inside Shadle Park High School.
So it provides coffee. We do coffee, lotus, chai lattes, Italian sodas.
But there's more perks than what's in the cup.
The skills it gives you can help you land a real job, you know? We got an Italian soda for Big Ed.
Yes, sir.
A recipe for success in more than one way.
Currently is providing that real on-the-job experience for students that take the store operations and management course through our marketing program.
What kind of milk would you like?
It's one of their learning labs. Students get real hands-on experience to apply what they're learning in the classroom.
Everything from getting their food handlers cards to making sure we're set there, understanding all the sanitation, safety and health, to learning how to pull a shot correctly, steam milk, and make the different coffee drinks.
See if there's any extra chocolate syrup, please.
They also take inventory, create new products, and come up with promotions like this one for National Coffee Day.
And so they're in charge of it all, and also then really working as a team to provide good customer service.
You have to be able to communicate very well, which is super important in a job. Huckleberry Italian soda for Taylor.
Thank you.
Working at the bistro is a daily grind, but well worth it. Everything they earn supports their DECA club, so they can compete at the state and national level.
I really hope they walk away with a combination of a set of 21st century skills that they can transfer to any career pathway that they choose to follow in the future.
Incredible. Miss Rule estimates about 350 students have worked in the Bagpipers Bistro over the years. There's also 3 other student-run coffee shops at Ferris, North Central, and Rogers High Schools with similar setups. The reveal, there it is. Speaking of coffee, the Cougar Collective launched Old Crimson coffee this week. This comes after the release of the Old Crimson Legendary Lager in May. The collective collaborated with Coug-owned businesses, Joe Coffee App and Indaba Coffee. Proceeds benefit the Cougar Collective Name, Image, and Likeness Fund. They've helped more than 300 student athletes in almost every WSU sport with their NIL contracts and get them deals. You can buy the new Old Crimson coffee on oldcrimsoncoffee.com. A lot of coffee talk here. Time for your wake-up call. This morning, we want to know, where is your favorite place to get coffee in the Inland Northwest? Here's what you're saying. Someone said, I love Bean Farm in Moscow. Thomas Hammer, the Sledgehammer drink is great. Daily Habit on Trent is my go-to. Someone else said White Dog. Other people just like drinking their coffee from home, too. I think that's also great. Let us know your favorite coffee shop. We'd love to give them a shout out here on the show. You can text us anytime at 509-448-2000 or use the hashtag UpWithKrem on social media. Thomas, as we have one more warm day this week, are you still going to be drinking cold brew or are you switching to something warm?
I'm still on my cold brew kick for now as I hang on to the summer season as well. I tell you what, I love that any coffee talk or any pet talk is always a hit with our viewers. We love to hear all of that. But yeah, still drinking some cold brew myself for this morning. As we look at our weather conditions across the Northwest, there's this very weak looking cold front over western Washington. It's enough to produce some very light scattered showers out on the west side, but not going to really affect us whatsoever for the inland Northwest today. Maybe a little extra cloud cover, but that's not going to stop our temperatures. In fact, our temperatures don't even react to that cold front at all. Looking at mid 70s basically across the board for the inland Northwest today, and it gets even warmer yet for tomorrow. So we'll look ahead at this weekend's forecast coming up.
This morning, we're learning a Sandpoint teen was killed in Wednesday's windstorm after a tree fell on him. 17-year-old Charlie Miller was a senior at Lake Pend Oreille High School. A Lake Pend Oreille High School spokesperson says Miller was brought to Sacred Heart Hospital in Spokane, but did not survive surgery. After learning about his death, the school's principal brought in crisis counselors to talk with students.
Charlie was a great young man. He was very, very kind, always willing to support anybody and have kind words for everybody. If you met Charlie, you were automatically taken back by his just presence that he had.
The principal is encouraging the community to contact the school if they want to support the Miller's family. We've learned that the storm caused damage to the popular WSU crop mural just recently completed outside of Pullman. Take a look. The Washington State Employee Credit Union, who commissioned the artwork, says most of the teal color washed away and some of the design is looking pretty windblown, erasing the fine lines of the mural. You can see most of the cougar and the loud and proud on the hillside. The crop art is not permanent, but there were hopes it would last until homecoming next month. This morning, Seamer's Farm in Green Bluff is still dealing with damage from Wednesday's windstorm. Owner Bert Westover says they're using today to repair the farm so they can open tomorrow. Stakes were blown out of the ground and some were even bent or snapped in half. However, the worst damage was their harvest festival had to be cut short.
And then the rest of us just sat and watched the weather roll through and do whatever it wanted to do to our tents.
This week's storm set back other farms in the Green Bluff community. Westover says he hasn't seen a windstorm as large as this week since he bought the farm back in 2020. In the next 12 minutes, our local college football teams are gearing up for their games tomorrow. What each team has to look out for.